Alright, hello and good evening, and welcome back to Love, Money, Rock and Roll. Am I coming through okay? Alright, sweet. We lost a little bit of frames at the very beginning, but I think we're all good. Knock on wood. It was pretty much during the minute of fear, so just give me a little heart attack there. But we're just gonna go ahead and continue right where we left off, which was let's see, spend a little time with Himitsu, and then for some reason just like he just had to go after try and track down what's her name, Catherine, because she left him a note, and just got completely confused. Apparently it's like she was the one who's been writing all the notes to him saying that his life was in danger. But yeah, he just started getting paranoid, and then he tried to just kind of like drink his sorrows away, and we got hit on by a slightly older blonde, really hot blonde, who turns out to be a KGB agent. So yeah, the plot thickens, among other things. I'm trying not to go after Catherine, but the Pats are not giving me that option. I rolled a d4, try and see who it would land on, and it landed on 2, which was supposed to be Kagome. But we haven't seen her at all last session. Himitsu would probably be the close second, so either of those two, I'm gonna try and like gain points toward. Anyways, I think this is the following day. My parents and I were returning from a countryside trip. I think this is the accident. We wanted to see the Japanese outdoors, observe the sakura blossoms. My father talked nonstop, but I wasn't listening to him. All my thoughts were centered around Catherine. Not gonna say I'd be able to resist the charms of a KGB hottie, but I also have no info about nuclear launch codes that you need. No, it's not the launch codes that they're after. They just want to turn you into one of their sleeper agents. Boy, that Italian family over the next table is awfully quiet. We hadn't seen each other much over the break. I wonder if she missed me. I sure did. Mostly, I think, because I could stay at her place till late, as Mrs. Winters would usually come home long after midnight. So we could sit, lie, and stand in the bedroom, guest room, bathroom, or even in the hallway with the walls thin enough to hear the neighbors walk by. I'm already a sleeper agent. My trigger is tears in heaven, but it just makes me break down as a distraction. I mean, if it works, it works. Are you listening to me? My father shouted. But I had other things on my mind. And then I woke up in a hospital. Bruises, abrasions, and a broken arm. Things could be way worse. Maybe if I had been listening to him. People always say it's better to sleep on it. Bullshit. Especially if you couldn't actually sleep the whole night. In this case, trying to sleep on it at all didn't help at all. I could barely think straight. In the past 8 hours, I imagined virtually everything: being interrogated in the confines of the KGB, being exposed to ancient Japanese torture by the people from the corporation, just being executed by a single shot to the head. It was all wrong. A human being can't feel fear constantly. At some point, the mind's defense mechanisms kick in, and you must simply stop caring about anything that might happen to you. And unexpectedly, I realized that I was worried about Himitsu much more than about my own life. She was the closest person I had, meaning that they could get to her as well. Catherine? Her mother could protect her, and somehow I was confident she could take care of herself. A weak and cowardly person wouldn't have written that note. Wouldn't have cared someone other than herself. Was she really worried about me? A pleasant shiver ran through my entire body, a sensation I had seemingly long forgotten. What if she had her own circumstances I simply knew nothing about? And then, could I lose her too? It was incredibly difficult to answer the "who do I love" question, even to myself, especially in my current condition. There was one thing I knew for sure. Both of them were important to me. Now more than ever. But what about Kagome? The dice have spoken! Or is that no longer an option anymore? I rolled to my other side and looked at the clock. It was still pretty early, but I no longer had the energy to stay in bed. I could try to fall asleep, but Irina had given me clear instructions to behave as usual, which meant not skipping classes without a good reason. A hangover could be one, but I simply didn't have enough time yesterday to reach that point. Wobbling and grasping at the walls, I managed to walk to the kitchen. Coffee would be nice, but I never liked it, so I never had any at home. I only had tea and aspirin. Well, the aspirin would help. I'd imagine not, but if she were, you would want to embroil her in this political intrigue. I don't know, I think she'd be pretty apathetic about it. Surprisingly, my head didn't ache. I sat down in a chair, came to my senses only a minute later. I'd been staring thoughtlessly in front of me. Complete exhaustion. Maybe not coffee, but I definitely had alcohol. Just a couple glasses would make me sleep like a log. Irina's furious expression surfaced in my mind. Good thing she believed me. Although she didn't want to. She thought I was hiding something, lying to her. God, was this really happening? I pinched myself until I bled. Nope, not a dream. Somehow, hot tea brought me to my senses. Was it time to prepare for school? Although I didn't really have anything to prepare, my homework wasn't done. I had no idea what classes I was even supposed to have today. Yeah, that sure woke me up. I can't have any soda because it's Lent, so I've got this sparkling. I can't say energy drink, but it's not soda. Should have given up swearing again. Oh, that would have been interesting. God, when did I do that? Because I did that. I forgot. Was that? Because that was during streaming too. I don't know, where was I? It's like one of the early years, probably like year 2 or 3. It was way. I think it was when I started streaming back on Beam, back when it was still called that, before it was Mixer. Or was it the other way around? I don't know. It was one of those. Days were becoming shorter. It would have already been light outside at this hour a week ago. I was slowly walking the familiar route, occasionally looking over my shoulder. But not too obviously. Someone could be watching me. Someone probably was. That's what Irina said. So the KGB were around the corner. There were corporation goons behind the fence, and Japanese counterintelligence in the bushes. I smirked. I smirked despite myself. People say you can find a positive side to any situation. Well, I always do. I'm always more of the glass half full kind of person. Why are these games set in places like Germany and Russia? Technically, this is Japan. It just happened to be involving a. The main character is from Russia, so. Although it doesn't help that the devs for this game were Russian or Soviet games. I had once started to write a novel and then dropped it. It was about love, sure, but what would stop me from adding a detective subplot? Fucking sleeper agents. I mean, I mentioned this before. Boy, that Italian family in the next table is awfully quiet. Here's something positive about a poor student becoming prey to the powers that be. A Soviet-Japanese student. Like a mini Tom Clancy. I don't know about that, dude. Except it didn't have a submarine to give to Americans and thus escape. Hey, I like that book. That's like one of my favorite novels. Really good movie, too. Despite the fact that Sean Connery was supposed to be Russian. I walked into the classroom, sat behind my desk. Was I the first in class today? MGS. Yeah, that's it. MGS. Peace Walker was in Costa Rica. MGS 1 was Alaska. MGS 2 was New York. I think the only one that was like remotely close to Russia was MGS 3. Oh, and then there's MGS4, which had Prague. Time for Red October is my mom's favorite movie. Mom's a sleeper agent. You gotta say the phrase, see if she activates. Was I the first in class today? Probably for the first time in my life. It wouldn't take long for me to start volunteering to go to the blackboard, get straight A's, and hang myself in the Hall of Fame. Unless, of course, someone would hang me first in a less crowded place. A head of red hair appeared in the doorway. Nico, are you here? Imagine that. I mean, it's more like pink rather than red, but alright. I responded loudly. Why are you sneaking around? Nobody's here yet. Yeah, sorry. Mitsu laughed, walked to my desk. You weren't home this morning. Yeah, I couldn't sleep and decided to go to school early. It's supposed to be music. I was like, I know I turned it down, but it wasn't that far down. Oh, there we go. Like, barely. Yeah, I couldn't sleep and decided to go to school early. Good. She smiled cutely. Yeah, she's more of a strawberry blonde. Good that you decided not to skip classes. Me? Skipping? I would never do that. I'm determined to become a straight A student and get into the top 10. You're, probably exaggerating. Okay, fine, top 20 then. Mitsu took a little parcel out of her backpack. Here, bento. Thank you. I was truly moved. Whatever happened to my life, only Mitsu's feelings toward me remain the same. Feelings I neither appreciated nor deserved. I wonder what would have happened if back then No, I didn't want to know. Not at all. Are you okay? You look a bit weird today. I told you I didn't sleep well. With that pose, she's gonna go full on Monica. I mean, it tracks. She's the only one. Hold on, no. See, Monica had like auburn hair, and then Natsuki had the pink hair. She's the one that stands out because Catherine has like dark, it's purplish stuff, but still dark hair. Kagome's got dark hair. Ellie's got blonde. She's the only one with like the more out there kind of anime-ish. Yuri's was purple, and then I'm trying to remember. I think it was pink as well. Sayori was a dirty. Was she? Was she a dirty blonde? I don't remember. Well, you know I always try and go for the purple-haired ones. But Catherine is a little bit of well, she broke my heart before, so Mitsu's the closer choice. Plus, between the two of them, I kind of prefer Mitsu. I feel like Catherine's just gonna like turn on me and just end up being some kind of part of the corporation and just ends up killing me in the process. Mitsu looked at me suspiciously, but clearly couldn't find a reason to pry further. Well, alright. Are we going home together? What about lunch? I'm buffering quite a bit. Oh, yeah, lost a bit of frames there. Oh, I'm losing a lot of frames. Hang on. check something. Yeah, my speed's going all over the place. What the hell is up with my internet? Is it buffering a lot more times? My upload's slowed, but it's still holding. It's dipping a little bit, but it's not completely losing connection. We're gonna stick with it. But yeah, this is aggravating. Here's hoping it just garden hoses, because I do not want to just start and stop. When you buffer and come back, the music gets distorted like Twitch touch fuzzy, get dizzy. Yeah, my upload speed is not. God damn. Yeah, let me try it and test. Let me check it again. Okay, my upload speed's at slowly going back up, but it's kind of like it's going up and down, but it's not that bad. I say that now, but yeah, we're just gonna keep going.